Hey guys, welcome back. First of all, I'd like to wish you all a very happy new year. And the first car that we have for the year is the Nissan Magnite. We are here at this beautiful location in Goa. So we have the CVT variant and the manual transmission. So we'll take you for a drive and tell you how the cars feel. So first up, getting behind the wheel of the CVT transmission, my first impression of the car is the car does pick up really quickly and you reach your 80 km/h speed limit pretty quick. In terms of the steering feel, now it does feel a bit lifeless. It's not direct. It does weigh up on higher speeds, but there is this weird thing going on between the steering and the tires. There's a bit of artificial feel that's there. So that's about the steering wheel. In terms of the transmission, now yes, this is a CVT transmission, but they have artificially or electronically made it feel like it's shifting gears, though it's just a variable belt that's there. So that's one thing, and maybe someone who doesn't know that what a CVT is, it's going to make them feel that, oh, my car is shifting gears, but wherein it actually isn't. So that's there. So in terms of fit finish of the car, they could have been a little better. It does feel plasticky everywhere. There are bit panel gaps here and there around the place, but otherwise the dash is pretty nice. You have an infotainment system here in the center. You have this AC vent that looks kind of the Lamborghini. A lot of people are talking about the Lamborghini kind of styling AC vents over here. You have an instrument cluster that is digital and it has this cartoon character like figures around the place. You have AC vents that are really nice. You have a physical button with digital inserts inside, which are nice, but finish quality isn't the best, I would say. Apart from that, sitting is nice, pretty comfortable, not bad actually. The armrest doesn't move in front, so basically if people who sit with the seat more in front, you basically cannot even use the armrest, and it doesn't even have storage space inside. In terms of cup holders, yes, there are two cup holders, so they're pretty decent. You have some storage space to keep your phone as well in the front. You have door bins that are huge and can house your 1 liter bottles with ease. You also have push button start stop that's placed right over here. It's different, I would say. In terms of suspension, yes, it's set up on the stiffer side. But if you really go on corners on high speeds, you do find a lot of body roll. So there's like a lot of body roll basically on the bends, and that's about that. In terms of other things, the screen, as I said, you have first in class feature that is the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, something that BMW gives you in their premium cars. So they brought it down to this car over here. In terms of the exterior looks, of course, we have already done a review on that. Do check it out in the pop-up somewhere on the top. We have walked around the car and specifically told you in detail about the car. Glove box is huge, as I said, so that's another nice thing. So now the CVT transmission is more city friendly. It's not that you cannot take it on the highway, but I think you'd be better off with the manual on the highway transmission. Yeah, and that's the stiff suspension basically on a bad Indian roads. So now hopping onto the manual transmission, let's see how this feels. One thing I must mention is that you do feel an extra bit of torque. The car pulls you, yes, and you also hit those speed limits pretty quick in but this feels more engaging, and you can actually control it with your hands. Now this has a 5-speed manual transmission. So now the engine options on both the cars are the same. They both have a 3-cylinder 1-liter engine, both making 100 PS of power. The manual transmission has about 162 Newton meters of torque, if I'm not mistaken, and the CVT transmission has 152 Newton meters of torque. So roughly a 10 Newton meters of torque difference between the automatic and the manual. But yes, I must say that this car feels much more engaging to drive, and you have a lot more control on the car. The rest remains the same, of course. The steering, the suspension and stuff like that, that remains the same. So the car does pull, and though it's a 1-liter engine, you do get the 3-cylinder sound on higher RPMs. So once you reach like your higher RPM, you do get the sound of the 3-cylinder engine. Otherwise, on normal driving, it's pretty well insulated, I must say. So there's one thing that we noticed on this drive that we had is that the cars are heating up a lot. Like this one right now that I'm driving, the temperature gauge is almost at 3/4, and one more bar and we're already in the red. The other one as well was also the same. So I wonder what this is. Of course, the rest remains the same, and as I said, yes, the manual is a more highway friendly car as well. You would enjoy driving this one more than the CVT. And the bumps again, typical Indian roads. And now I'm sitting in the back row of seats right now, and I must say that yes, I do have a lot of leg room over here. I can really spread my legs, and there's the seats in front are placed really high, so I have good space to even keep my feet under that. I have an armrest over here that I can keep my phone, 2 cup holders, and some space to keep some small things as well over here. Window line is nice, it's not too high. I have a good view of the outside over here. Headroom as well is decent. Knee room a bit less, but it's fine. In terms of the insulation, I would say I'm hearing some sound of the shock absorbers. I don't know what that is, but I'm getting that sound from the behind, from the rear wheels basically. The shock absorbers are making some sound. In terms of comfort, it's on the stiffer side, and as you must have already seen, I was wobbling about up and down, so that's one thing. So I have my own AC vents as well over here at the bottom that keeps me cool. I also have a 12-volt charging slot at the bottom, so I can charge my phone on long drives that I go. Apart from that, really nice. Yes, I am bouncing about a bit, but the armrest is keeping me steady over here. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much how the rear end of the car is. So see you enjoying these beautiful Goan roads with a view. So we had a beautiful day shooting these beautiful cars right here at this beautiful location. And at what it's priced at, 4,99,000 for the start, it's a value for money product. Now, would you pick an i20 for 13.5 lakhs, or would you pick a top-end Nissan Magnite for 11.5 lakhs? Do let us know in the comment section down below. With that, guys, we wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, liked it, found it informative. With that, guys, we see you next video. See you.